So you may know that climate change will affect migration patterns, but what you may not realize is that it isn't a binary this or that scenario. As climate disasters increase, I think it's fair to assume that people will be forced to leave their homes, but we must understand that not everyone can migrate. When it really comes down to it, it's really not a simple decision to make. Not everyone has the money, the resources, or even the modes of transportation to migrate. As vulnerability to environmental change decreases, the ability to move increases, which means if you aren't as vulnerable to climate disasters, that means you are already at an advantage to where you are able to move if you need to. Another reality of climate migration is that people aren't always pointing the finger at climate change. There are economic, social, environmental, political, and cultural drivers of migration. Rather than sitting around and waiting for a climate disaster to strike, we must make sure that we are protecting our people, make sure that we are protecting the communities that are most vulnerable to climate disasters. So when we're having these conversations, when we're writing these policies, when we're talking to politicians, we need to keep in mind that migration isn't as simple as we think. There are so many other factors, and we need to add more nuance to these conversations.